They kick Edward out. Okay, I did post this on my comedy board for you guys. The moment that I read the caption, I was just laughing. They kick Edward out of their Fab Four nonsense. That's the headline. The Fab Four is dead. Long live the Fab Four. How William and Kate, Edward, and Sophie are the wise new power team within the British royal family. Let's see, how did they change it here? Sarah Vine. Sorry, Megan, there's a new Fab Four now, and I won't want to be in your shoes facing these remarkable, glamorous women across Demis and the drawing room at Balmoral. They kick Edward out. There's the laugh here, 17 hours ago. Thanks for the laugh. Marking them because where is the Fab meant to be? Lord, help UK if for or dim the is for. One liar, there's that, and Walking Dead. Let's move on. There's an image of the Fab Four. There's a laugh here. Megan, please don't ask the new Fab Four for fashion advice. They dress almost the same. Subservient of Windsor. Please God, there are two things I never want to see. Megan in a court dress, Megan curtsying to William and Kate. She doesn't have to, I think. If she goes over there, she doesn't have to. She's not a working royal. All hope they hide the hairdressers as well, cause Afro Annie, Seabiscuit, and wiggy hairstyle are not the business. Are not. England is in such a sorry state with this band of useless relics. Scotland should break away. Squaddies, I'm seeing a lot of green is for envy or jealousy, subliminal vibes, and certain pictorial posts. Tell me, am I right? We all know the media are always projecting and manufacturing protection stories for William and Kate, so let's not beat around the bush and just call a spade a spade. Hold on, next tweet. Okay, pleasantly surprised to see there are still some sane journalists in the UK. Alright, so she retweeted that. What is the evidence of an intense public backlash against Meghan Markle having a role on a Netflix show? Is there any? And if it exists, any chance we the public could see it? Because once upon a time that show journalism worked, gathered the evidence. Alright, where is this Fresh Hill? That's the first time I'm seeing this particular thing. The article, I don't know if it's a major outlet. From Tina Brown. Exclusive news flash. Meghan UK acting deal is off. It was never on in the first place. Okay, like I was sharing here. Okay, Meghan Markle may be, that's another keyword here, teaming up with Guy Ritchie for her return to acting. It was never is. It's just a opinion piece that was written here. Alright, I learned this morning that the casting of Meghan Markle in season 3 of Guy Ritchie's Netflix series The Gentleman has been withdrawn. It never started. The backlash in the UK was so intense, became untenable to go forward. This does not bode well for Meghan's acting comeback in the UK, more to come. And then I share with you in one of the videos where I remember there was an interview Meghan did and she said she retired. But in that interview she said never say never, but as from that time, I think it was 2022 interview, what was Variety, where she said she's not acting anymore. Alright, so this was never, it was never. That's why I keep on saying until Harry and Meghan put something out, then I'll believe it. It was never a thing. This was never. It was an opinion. But what happened here, it highlights Guy Ritchie's show on Netflix. I didn't even know he had a show on Netflix. So for this lady to say here, the backlash in the UK was so intense, it became untenable to go forward. It actually highlight Guy Guy Ritchie's show and whatever. Seriously, find so weird how British media and even the Rangers and royalists are so obsessed with the work that Megan Sussex does. They really want this woman to fail in life so they can all gloat. Quick to believe anything about Megan without any facts like Netflix film. Yeah, they try to sane her and bring her. That is true. They try to unsane her and bring her down, but she has link with other sane writers now. They can end her or colleagues. Backlash is crazy because what? Netflix is a business. Guy is working for goodwill. Megan on the show will cause that app to crash. She put up Bridgerton numbers based on hate watchers alone. They made up a scoop and can just say that. Yeah, they made it up. If you watch all the videos that I highlight the talking point last week, I keep on saying I don't believe it. Until Harry and Meghan put their statement out, then I'll believe it. Alright, she heard this from who? Why Sanjita is a warrior. Next tweet. I'm exactly 29 minutes if I have part 1 and part 2. Yeah, I probably will have 2 parts. Alright, so there's this here. They said Charles was only last Sunday. They are revealing that they are briefed in advance. There's the rolling eye. These scavengers are sick and deplorable. They're playing the same blueprint. They haven't changed a damn thing. They all are playing the same blueprint and people keep on falling for their same nonsense. I just told you, sometime, couple years ago, I fall for the thing that Kate was missing and all of that, and I was trying to be sensible because she has young kids and all that. They're playing the same nonsense. They lie for no reason, and people keep on falling for them again and again and again. All right, there's this here. They were all brief, and yet they said Charles found out on Sunday. A minute and 4 seconds.
We do get a lot of criticism, oh, you're talking about Harry and Meghan. Is that, yes, the media probably does make a lot of money from discussing Harry and Meghan. They, as far as I'm aware, briefed the Telegraph, the Times, your organisation, Bronte. I feel like if this is a private thing, it's a family decision, they're not going to tell anybody where they live or where their children are going to school. Why do they have to megaphone every single damn thing they do?
Well, I'll push back slightly on that and say there were a few rumblings that were going on with all of this. But to the broader point, I do agree with you that I think that lessons should have been learned.
You're not saying that you weren't briefed. Of course you were briefed. The Telegraph and the Sun were briefed. Don't be ridiculous. Let's not be silly about this. There were certain organisations.
I got briefed that the Telegraph were getting briefed.
Were briefed. Liam McGuire briefed certain organisations, and certainly not the Mail. So let's not be silly about it.
Being silly about
People magazine brief all the time.
Of course, we know how the world works. It's totally fine. Yes, but that's not the broader point that I'm about to make. Of course.
Oh damn! I really wanted to hear what she was saying, but yeah, they know. They tell them in advance. That's how they make their money, to get access to the royal family. Okay, as British papers, why they are writing articles with no source. You will be brief. Is your business. No interviews or books from Prince Harry, but these media jackals can continually receive briefings from the palace and courtiers. There's the thinking here. Jabson pouring over the heads of his peer. Jabson, a man who wrote the book Baby Sussex in 2020 without ever meeting Harry and Meghan. The lies flow so freely. Next tweet. Unbelievable. Okay. Surely the Invictus Games Birmingham in 2027 will be shown on the BBC as a TV license payer, and I'm sure many others will agree with me that we want full coverage of the games, no ifs and no buts, just sure tribute is paid to the amazing veterans and their families who have sacrificed so much for us all. If I'm not mistaken, the last time, was it the Invictus Canada or Germany? They gave licensing to some British, pretty much around the world, different places had license to air the Invictus games. But in the UK, from what I found out, the stations that were given rights to games, the Invictus game, they didn't do it. They did not do it. And I think, from my understanding, they only highlight. certain part of the games. Let's say it's news hour, so in the news hour they will share highlight certain part of the game. Meanwhile, I think some people were looking forward where whenever the game is being played they show it live. They didn't do that, and I think that's unfair. I remember what happened when it was the first Invictus. Was it shown on the ITV or BBC? I can't remember either, so let me go look it up. Alright, the first Invictus game in 2014 were broadcast by the BBC as the official host broadcaster in the UK. So I'm gonna take a screenshot and put it in that comment. So I took screenshot and highlight key point and then paste it here. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I think I did, no. Alright, so this is a little bit for the squad. I just thought I put it. It's kind of funny. Okay, Sussex squad. There's the huge bear in the back. That's the Sussex squad. And then there's the Sussexes, Harry and Meghan. Look all cute and cuddly, but there's the squad in the back getting ready to fight, to take anybody. And there's another version of it. Another version. Meghan supporters, when she appears, there's that, all cute and cuddly. Meghan supporters, defense mode. Love this. Alright, next tweet. Okay, I think I am done with Harry and Meghan. These are different topics here. Alright.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
The love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.